Welcome to Silverlight Digital Evolution. I want to walk you through how to file CAC business name registration from beginning to end and how to avoid bottlenecks and queries. Okay. The first page, when you must have reserved the name and then you have clicked on start registration, the first page you're going to meet is about the business detail. In the business detail, you're going to fill the commencement date, the phone number, the email address, the state where the business is resident, the local government of the business, the town, the city, the postal code. Postal code is optional. The house number of the business address, and then the street name of the business address. If you care to add the branch address, CAC will charge you additional fee, like 1,000 naira, when you add branch address. Now, is there any bottleneck or something that can bring query to your registration under this business detail? Okay, let's go there. Okay, bottlenecks that can cause queries when you are filing business name registration. One, the business commencement date. Some people make the mistake when they are filing business name registration. When it comes to commencement date, they sometimes put a date that is beyond 28 days. Any date you put that is beyond 28 days, CAC will charge you 150 naira per day for any number of days that exceeded 28 days. So if you're filing a business name registration, you put a date for the commencement date, either the day or the date of the registration, that particular day you're filing it, or you put like 7 days behind. If you put any date, maybe you put 4 months ago or even 1 year ago, maybe you want to make the business look as if it has been ongoing, CAC is going to charge you 150 naira per day up to 28 days before the date you're filing it. So be careful when you are putting commencement date. I advise you put the date of the registration. Second bottleneck people face is house number. A lot of queries come under house number and the street name. House number means you must describe the number of the building. Number 10, number 3, number 4, so and so street. It must be defined. If you put any number that is not clear enough for CAC, they are going to query it. If you do not put any number to describe a building, CAC is going to query it. So you must put a house number or block number or a clear capture of the building as is. Example, number 3 or block A23 or shop number ZT34. Then when it comes to street, make sure you capture the name of the street or the market line if the business is situated in a marketplace. For example, shop number 23, Emekofo Plaza, Main Market, Onitsha. You have described it. Shop number 2Z7, God is Good Line, Main Market. So you have to describe it for CAC to understand it, because they need a traceable address before they can approve your registration. If you don't do all this properly, CAC is going to query your job. So let's go to the next thing. The next page, that is the second page of the registration, is about the particulars of the proprietor. That is the owner of the business. You are going to provide the surname, the first name, and the other name exactly as they appear on the identification card that you're going to submit to CAC. If you're using NIN, for example, you are going to put the surname, first name, and other name as it appear on the NIN, as they appear on the NIN or the ID you are using. If you're using international passport, the way your names appear on the international passport should be the name, the way you're going to put it in the CRP, that's in the portal. You put the date of birth, the gender, male or female, nationality, phone number, email address, occupation. In occupation box, mark this, in occupation box, please type in the word business, BUSINESS. Don't go on to describe whatever, maybe lawyer, accountant, civil servant, so. No, put the word business, because the purpose of registration is business. You are telling CAC that you are into business. That is why you're registering it. So occupation is business. Then under service address means where the business is going to be carried on. Then you put the address that you already put in the first page. It must be the same, because in the first page, that is where you describe the business detail. So the address you put in the business detail is the same address you're going to put in the service address. Don't make mistake about this. CAC is going to query you if you put a different address from the address you put in the business detail. You understand? So go to the state. You put the state where the business is located, just like you put in the first page. Local government, town, all that, you put it. Postal code is optional. You can jump to it. You describe the house number or the shop number. Describe the street name properly. Then when it comes to residential address, this is when you can now put your own home address where you live, or you can in fact use the same business address as residential address. If you don't want to put your home address or residential address in the public, you can use the business address, also use it in place of your residential address. Then you now choose type of identification. You're going to provide either the your NIN, your international passport, your voter's card, your driver's license, or birth certificate in case of minor. Then there's a space where you're going to type the ID card number. You type it correctly, then you move. The next page you're going to find is the nature of business. This is where you describe the type of business. So in the nature of business category, the first button you're going to choose, you choose the nature of business that best describes the business you are registering. When you choose the business category, the specific nature of business will load. Sorry. When you choose the business category, the portal will load the next button. If you do not choose the business category, the nature of business category, the next button, which is the specific nature of business, will not load. So it's the same as when you choose state before local government will load. If you do not choose state, local government will not load. So if you do not choose nature of business category, the specific nature of business will not load, because they are interlinked. So kindly choose appropriate category of your business, nature of business category. Then you now come down. If your business is about manufacturing of chemicals and all that, you go there, you're going to see manufacturing. If your business is about import and export, wholesale, you choose it, is there. If your business is if you're registering anything like administrative support services, where you can do like marketing and all that, you will see it there. Then when you now come down to the specific nature of business, you choose the business itself, or choose what relates to the business properly. So you might be let's say you are doing a production of plastic, or production of polythene, or production of water, so which you will not see exactly. They will not write it exactly like I've just said. So but you will see production. When you choose manufacturing as the nature of business category, under the specific nature of business, you are going to find manufacturing or production of chemicals or production of plastic and rubber. Then under the nature of business, where it's provided for you to now describe it the way you want, you now type in maybe sales and distribution of plastic materials, sales and distribution of polythene materials, sales and distribution of so. And so you now describe it the way you want it to appear on your certificate, because that box they provide for you to type in is where they're going to pick the description of business that will appear on your certificate. So you go to the next page. The fourth page, this is about document upload. This is where you now upload your ID card. Make sure you have converted the ID card, your NIN, either your NIN or your voter's card or your international passport, as case may be, or driver's license. Put it in PDF format, because that is the only format CAC allows for ID cards. So you put it in, and make sure the ID card is legible. Make sure that the names are readable, the ID number is readable. In case of NIN, make sure, in case of name slip, make sure the NIN is readable, the NIN number is readable. Make sure the name of the person on the ID slip is very much readable. You make sure the picture is identifiable. And the second upload is the signature. That's where you now upload a clear signature of the proprietor. Make sure if the proprietor sent you a signature containing other text, make sure you cut out other things that are not relevant to the signature, or other things that do not concern the signature. You cut them out. They sent into the passport. If the proprietor sends you a picture that is showing the face of the proprietor, you make sure you cut out all irrelevant sides of the passport and make sure it is the face and the shoulder area that is showing before you upload. Then you can upload appropriately. Then you come to the fifth page, which is the preview page. This is where you now look at what you have done. Check and make sure that the information you entered is displayed on the preview page. All the information you have entered that concerns the business is displayed on the preview page. Make sure the address appears as you have entered it, or make sure the name of the proprietor appears as it should. Make sure the description of business appears as you've entered. So you check everything. Now, even this preview page is where you can screenshot and send to the client for the client to cross-check the detail to avoid error. The client might have sent you some details, maybe in a haste, or maybe and sent a wrong detail. So this is the point where you will send back a screenshot so that the client will cross-check. If there's an error, you will go back to this, use the top bottom sections to locate the area where the correction should be made, and then you make the appropriate corrections. Now this the sixth page is the payment page. This is where Remita will bring out an RRL code along with the cost for the filing of the business name. Now what you just have to do is to, sometimes network glitches might hold this. You have to refresh a lot of times to make sure the RRL code comes out with the orange button. Click on the orange button, proceed to Remita page. It will bring out submit or reset. Click on submit button. It will display the payment options that you can use to make the payment. Use any of the options that is comfortable with you, or you are comfortable with. But I would advise you to use a bank transfer method or ATM card method. A bank transfer method is easier. When you click on it, it will bring out a Remita checkout account with a bank name, either Globus Bank or Fidelity Bank, but look and make sure you confirm the bank that it brings out the checkout account number. You pick the account number, you go to your mobile bank app, just make transfers as if you're sending money to a person. When the payment is successful, you come back to the remitter page and click I have sent the money. Or even sometimes when the payment is successful, that page, remitter page, will pick it automatically and process the payment without having you to click on the I have sent the money button. Now, when your payment is successful, you need to confirm that the registration is submitted properly on CAC portal. So after a successful payment, your registration should submit automatically. However, sometimes due to network glitches in the portal, the registration might remain under not submitted button. So if you do not check this in, you might think you have submitted the registration, whereas it is still under not submitted. And when it is still under not submitted, CAC will not attend to it. They will only attend to pending submissions. That is where CAC will attend to pending submission. Like when your reservation is pending, they will attend to it. Like when your registration is pending, they will attend to it. Other than that, CAC will not touch anything on the portal. So you will have to go to, for you to in such a situation that the glitch is holding the registration from submitting and is still under not submitted, what you just need to do is to go to not submitted button. When you go there, it will bring out the registration, and then you will see check payment status. When you click on it, you follow the prompt and make sure that it notifies you on the page that registration has been submitted successfully. Otherwise, it has not submitted. You keep clicking on check status until a notification pops out, usually in blue, that registration has been submitted successfully. Then you have to do a second check. You go back to your portal, you visit pending or queried button at the pending or queried button. There you have to check whether that registration is there. If it is there, that means it's waiting for CAC to work on it. That is, if it's in the pending button, it means they have submitted this registration has submitted successfully. But if it's not there, that means CAC will not see your registration. CAC will not see your registration if it is not under pending. Thank you, and I await your messages and calls. We offer portal services that will make your CAC registration seamless without any difficulty. Thank you. See you at the top.